All right, we are back with another pick'em video. It is Thursday night football tonight. We got Seahawks, we got Cardinals, we got a minus 1.5 spread in favor of the Seahawks. So hopefully a nice, fun game. There's a lot of history between these two teams, and I'm going to quickly run through my favorite plays of the day. I'm going to tell you my lean on the game as well. So if you want to bet on this kind of a money line situation here with such being a toss-up and a close spread, you can do that as well. So I want to quickly say that obviously I haven't posted a video in a little bit. I had a wedding of my best friend. I was actually the best man, so congratulations to them. That was last weekend, so obviously couldn't do much of work last weekend. And then I'm actually an hour out from heading to surgery for sinus surgery. You can hear it in my voice. I've talked about it before. Not very easy to breathe for me, so when I speak a long time, you can hear me catch my breath. I'm smacking my lips, all those different things. So I'm not sure how the recovery goes. It's supposed to be about 3 weeks is what I heard. So I'll be beaten up a little bit. I'll obviously be making my plays still. Maybe not a lot tonight, but over the next few days, I'll be sending out plays to my Discord community and everything like that. Maybe I'll try to get on Twitter and things like that. I might look gross and sound pretty stuffed up for the next week or so. But yeah, there's going to be a little recovery process. I'm going to try to continue to make plays for you guys. So if you're wondering where the YouTube videos are going, that's where it's going to be, probably Twitter or maybe even YouTube. I think I can make a post on that as well. Or of course, get in the Discord. That's where I'm going to be the most active. This is going to line up perfectly with, NBA season's going to be coming right around the corner. So I should be fully healthy by then and fully recovered by then. So that's exciting. And yeah, I just wanted to get that note out there to see, where I've been and where I'm going to be the next couple weeks here. So yeah, that's what we got going on for today, but we got some plays to talk about. Let's hop through them really quick, and then we'll get you guys on your way. So hopping to our first play here, it's going to be the Seattle quarterback, Sam Darnold, going up against the Cardinals defense that has been honestly horrendous in terms of allowing yardage in the air. We've seen Mac Jones look like, I don't even know, Tom Brady. He went for almost 300 yards. We've seen a couple other quarterbacks in these short 3 weeks already dominate this Cardinals defense overall. In terms of getting passing yards, the Cardinals are 2-1 here, so got to give them some credit. But I think Sam Darnold comes in here, especially with this spread. If you find yourself down, you're going to be passing a little bit more. But even so, with the Cardinals being banged up a little bit, no James Conner, obviously Zay Jones still in concussion protocol here. So if the Cardinals are going to be banged up on offense, that's just going to mean more offensive snaps for the Seahawks. So even if the Cardinals are struggling this game offensively to put points on the board, I think that the Seahawks, even with a lead, could be throwing the ball, especially early on in this game. And hopefully Darnold's going to be, slinging that thing. So 225 is where a lot of the DFS platforms have it. This is a great teaching point. Why would you take this? If you're a DFS bettor, if you're not a sportsbook bettor, maybe you don't have sportsbook in your states, why would you bet this on Underdog at 227 when you can get it 225 on the other DFS platforms? 224 right now on Pinnacle, but everyone else 227, 226, right around that same mark. So I'm going to play this at 225. It looks really, really good. And to show this, we're going to go over to PropsMadness, which I've been partnered with for the NBA season, the WNBA season. We kind of took a hiatus there, but they're here for the NFL as well, and they've added so many cool tools. Literally every single day, it seems like they add something else. They have an awesome interface. You can see it's in beta right now for the NFL, but go check it out. There's a link in my description down below. PropsMadness is awesome. You'll see us use it in the NBA this season, and they've got a whole bunch of awesome tools for the NFL. So you can see a whole lot of green here in this matchup. To the wide position, slot position, in line where Darnold doesn't play sling the ball very well or very much, only 17% of the time, is their only really strong point in terms of the 3 games that we've seen so far. But you can see how weak this team is to those slot and wide receivers, and we can see how well the other 3 quarterbacks that have gone against this team have gone against their line. Mac Jones, again, almost 300 yards, 284. How about Bryce Young? 203. How about 328 yards against them? Rattler, 214 on a 203 line. So very, very, I don't know, I guess I would say inferior names to Sam Darnold. No crazy quarterbacks going up against this team, but we've seen a lot of these guys go over their line, and that's encouraging for me, seeing a guy like Sam Darnold, who we know has a history of going over this line. Looking just back last year, was an absolute dog here. And now with Smith-Njigba doing so well and Cooper Kupp on this team, I think Darnold's got maybe even better offensive weapons than he did last year. So I'm really liking Darnold. He's only gone over this twice so far this season. The game he did go over, they won by 14, so that's encouraging because I do think they're going to be leading in this game. And they're just going up against a weak attack on the defensive side of things. So with the Cardinals being banged up offensively, maybe more offensive snaps for Sam Darnold. If they find themselves trailing in this game, which I don't think they will, then that's obviously a good play script for us to get some passing yards. They're just very, very weak to these wideouts and slot positions, and I think Darnold's going to be able to pick them apart. So really liking Darnold. I'm going to choose between Smith-Njigba and Cup to kind of correlate its stack here with Darnold. But I wanted to point this out that he's got a really good opportunity here going up against kind of a weaker defense in terms of the Cardinals in allowing passing yards. I won't say they're a weak defense overall, just because they are 2-1. But yeah, there are a lot of teams are passing on them. So deciding between Smith-Njigba, Cooper Kupp, even Torrey Horton, which wide receiver do you want to go to here? And I've done my due diligence. I've gone back and forth, to be totally honest, but I think I'm just going to ride with Smith-Njigba. Now, it scares me. His line is very high. We're going to get this at 83.5. A lot of books do have it at 84.5. He's been absolutely crushing it. You can see he's the number one target by far. Double-digit targets in 2 of these games. And again, just perfect matchup. Wide slot. Even the man percentage, he's seen about 25% of man, which they're a little bit weaker too, so maybe they exploit that a little bit more. And pretty much every single wide receiver one they've gone up against. You saw Purcell go for 117 yards. We saw McMillan go for 100 yards. And then we even saw Olave with a 51.5 line sneak over with 54. So wide receiver ones are doing well against this team. That's kind of the reason I'm pointing towards him. I was leaning a little bit towards Cooper Kupp. He does a little bit more man, and he's been pretty consistent with that. And, of course, other wide receivers are doing well too. But I like the fact that wide receiver ones are continuing to kill this team. I'm going to ride with the numbers and kind of ride the hot hand here. Smith-Njigba and Darnold, that's a match made in heaven right now through 3 games. We're going to continue to ride that and going to go to his 83.5 receiving yards. Again, another teaching moment, 84.5 pretty much everywhere. Why not take this over at Dabble? It's got it at 83.5. You got to find some other good plays to match up with it. But if you're going to take this line, might as well get the best price you can, which right now is on Dabble. Everyone else is pretty much at 84.5. So yeah, I'm liking Smith-Njigba. I think you could go no wrong here if you want to go to Kupp. I think that's a pretty solid spot here as well. And he could have a monster game, but 84.5 almost scared me off. But I think Njigba could see another 100-plus yard game here. Now, hopping over to the Cardinals side of things, we're going to attack 2 players, and they have the exact same name. So I'll start with Trey Benson here at 20.5. Another one that's just the best price over on Dabble. So we might be making a little Dabble slip here. But Trey Benson, I'm looking at his receiving yards. This is the running back taking over for James Conner, who's out for the season. So I really like Trey Benson being a kind of a pass rush guy anyway. Now he's obviously going to have to handle the majority of the rushing situation here too. But I like the opportunity for him to get some quick passes, some check down passes. And we can see how the Seahawks have played defense pretty mediocre in terms of throughout the entire season. But backfield, they're ranked 31st. We've seen a lot of running back ones go for a lot of yards in the air here. We saw McCaffrey go for 73. We saw Jalen Warren, the running back one of the Steelers. Even Gainwell snuck over his line. But Jalen Warren for the Steelers, 86 yards there. And then you can see Kamara only had 14 yards against them, but they also lost that game by 31 points. So that was an absolute blowout. Seahawks were in check that entire game. So Trey Benson coming in here as a now running back number 1, a guy that can definitely handle some passes. He had his game with 30 yards already here. Yeah, I think he's going to be able to see a lot more, court time. This is my basketball brain. Field time, 61% of the snaps last game, up from 44 and 33 in the games before that. So I think if they, are game planned here with Trey Benson being that main guy on the field for them, I think he's going to absolutely get some targets, and hopefully you can corral those for some receptions, as we've seen some of these other running back ones do. So Trey Benson, 20.5 yards is where we're getting this line over on Dabble. That's where I'd be attacking it. And then going to our last video pick here, it's going to be the other Trey McBride for the Cardinals as well. I think the cleanest offensive approach for them to attack is going to be McBride, especially considering James Conner, Zay Jones, both out for this game. Their best weapon offensively is going to be Trey McBride here. And you can see his number 1 receiving so far this year has been in that slot situation. He's, attacked the inline a little bit more, but that's kind of their weakest spot here for the Cardinals defense, or not Cardinals defense, Seattle's defense. So I do like that potential here. So Trey McBride up the middle, I think is going to be, making a whole lot of sense to me. He's gone over this in 2 or 3 games so far this year. He actually played them twice last year as well. He had 2 huge games against this team. So things change year to year, but I think Trey McBride, with the offensive injuries to this Cardinals team, will be able to pick apart the Seattle defense a little bit. If there's going to be some sort of offensive production, I think it's going to come, mostly from Trey McBride here. So you can look at his receptions. I think it's up to 6.5 or plus money now, but I do like the opportunity for here at 60.5 receiving yards. I think it makes a lot of sense. He killed these guys last year, and he's been the number 1 weapon in terms of offense for them so far this year. And again, with those injuries piling up. So McBride, I think it makes a whole lot of sense. That's their weak point in the defense if you had to point to one for the Seattle side. I do like McBride. So that's going to do it for me in this one. I didn't want to leave you guys empty-handed. I want to leave you with a Dabble slip. A lot of the guys we just talked about, plus George Pickens, who is kind of the best EV play on the board as of right now. I'm literally leaving for surgery in about 10 minutes. So wish me luck on that. And again, sign up for Dabble using code RICHDFS, link in the description down below. I think they throw $20 at you literally just by using my code when signing up. You don't even have to put a credit card in, but if you do put a credit card in, that's what bounces back my way and helps support the channel. You also get some sort of wheel deposit match, which is a pretty sweet deal. So that's a Dabble slip. If you don't know what Dabble is and you've never used it before, I want to show you real quick how cool Dabble is, because we had a nice 6x yesterday. This was a nice little play I gave out. I don't know why I should have given the screenshot of it winning, but this is also the other play that we talked about. 4 of these guys have hit. We're just waiting for Geno Smith interceptions, which would be a nice 20x. Again, literally gave this out yesterday. So we've been cooking on Dabble. So again, check us out. RichDFS is the Dabble code. Link in the description down below. You get a free month in my Discord as well if you use my code. So a lot of perks for using my code. Great way to support the channel. And again, I'll show that Dabble slip one more time. Right here, 5-man, 20x. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully that is sooner than later. I've never had surgery before. A little bit anxious, not gonna lie. Going under kind of freaks me out a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. Hopefully I might even sound different. My doctor friends are saying that I might even sound, my voice might sound different. I kind of sound like Squidward now. Maybe I'll have a beautiful singing voice when this is all said and done. But yeah, that's going to do it. Check out the links in the description down below. Of course, I just shouted out Dabble, but PropsMadness is another tool you're using. OddsJam is a tool I use every single day. They have sort of discounts or free trials whenever you use my code. So again, great way to support the channel. And of course, I'm giving a free month away to my Discord, my premium Discord. I'm giving away a free month. It's in the description down below. I don't know why it's still down there. I said it was going to be like 2 weeks, but it's been down there longer than that. So there will be a cutoff of that at some point. So definitely take advantage of that. Literally just click. You get a free month in my Discord. You can get in there, chat, get involved with all my plays, share your own plays. It's a whole lot of fun. So I got to actually go. I'll see you guys in the next one. Good luck with all your bets. And yeah. Oh, also Seattle 1.5 spread. I'd probably take them on that. That's my lean in terms of the game. I think Seattle's going to win this thing.